I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Sure you do, Sprout.
The Augural. It's not enough. Not anymore.
And with all the egregor you've gathered up, you're gonna supercharge it.
I think so. It might allow me to change things, change the future, but how do I know this?
Part of every oracle is of Reverie. Your subconscious is linked to us aspirations, and the sum total of our knowledge. Egregor is our source of power, just as it is the Augural's. But no one has ever risked exposing themselves to such an amount.
But will it work?
Yes, but not perhaps in the manner you expect. You will become one with time itself. Your presence on this plane will bend in ways even I cannot foresee.
Days will feel like seconds, months like hours, years like... well, you get the idea.
And back here? In reality? I don't want the others to worry.
To them, you will be present and absent. There, but not there.
Like a cat in a box.
Remember what I told you way back when we met?
Try not to think about it too much.
I don't.
Impressive party trick, darling.
Wait, what party trick?
You're here, but you're not. Two places at once. And you reek of a Gregor. I'd be careful with that stuff, sweetie. It's rather Moorish.
I had to know what lay ahead. The future.
You don't need to tell me, my dear. But now, down to business. You make me the heart of Reverie again, and I promise you one thing above all others. Monoconcern will pay. They'll pay. And from that price will come a world without them. A world that doesn't need them. A world rebuilt with self-interest in mind, but also self-preservation. A world of luxury and comfort and as much fun as can be had. Choose me, and we'll paint this town red, my love.
tailed again.
Tall guy. Red shoes.
With a shitty hairdo, yeah.
They're getting sloppy, which means they're worried. And a worried animal is a desperate animal.
Okay, I checked. It's not just us. It's Alma. The whole neighborhood. No water, no power, nothing.
Wait, they can't do that. Can they do that?
Legally, no. They can't. Which means...
Which means they're no longer operating under the rule of law.
Everyone's talking about it.
In your network?
Yeah, there's been a shift. The hardliners have performed a soft coup. Anyone in the upper echelons of management that opposed the shutoffs have been replaced.
Another group of Prescients just left.
Please don't tell me they...
There's a new temporary accommodation center over at the old cinema. Hot food, beds, heat.
Damn. Of all people, they should know better. They should have seen.
They do. They have. They don't care. They know we can't provide. Maybe they thought they were doing us a favor? Reducing the mouths we have to feed.
No, I'm serious. There's nothing left.
Well, there must be something. Don't supermarkets have I don't know, reserve stock or something?
No, definitely not. That's what the supply chain is for. You know, the supply chain that just collapsed.
They opened a new store. Did you see?
The one sponsored by the car company? Yeah. We need to be careful. We can't afford to backslide into oppression just because they flash us a golden smile.
True. They've got great bomba, though.
Well... shit.
It worked. I made...
You saw the many-faceted future and made it your own.
You are here with us. Together. We are real.
Quite the experiment back there. I don't even think I'd have dared do something as batshit as that.
But it worked, didn't it? Look at what she did.
She risked destroying the fabric of reality itself to shape fate to her will. I am impressed, Harmony.
And now? What happens now?
Now, honey, it's showtime.
The world is full of possibilities without them here.
They were downright shameless hogging the spotlight like that. Things will be different this time, Harmony. A Gregor won't be a weapon. The mistakes of the past will be forgotten.
No, not forgotten. Or people will make the same mistakes again. They'll be known for what they are. Mistakes. Nothing glorious about it.
Yes. Yes, you're right, of course. And the rest? Well, it'll be a whole new world of potential, my dear. A rocket into the night sky of ambition and glamour. The curtain's almost up, Harmony. Our show is starting. They didn't like that. Not one bit. To be honest, I don't think any of them saw it coming. Not even Truth. Glory reinstated. No. That can't be right. And yet, here we are. I'm biased, of course, but I think you made the right call. With the state the world was in, unfettered progress was just the ticket. And this time? Well, this time I can do the job properly. And look where I've taken us. Markets at an all-time high, promotions and wealth for everyone. The old Oxyon culture shared with the world. For a modest entrance fee, of course. I looked across the divide and saw one of those... what do you call them? Try Vince. Talking about the quality of life. Highest on record, apparently. Although, it was terrible what happened to the old MK board, wasn't it? A plane crash into an Arctic wasteland. What are the chances of that, I wonder? A shame the survivors had to resort to such an extreme diet to survive. And then died anyway. And now little Yana is head of urban development. Carbon offsets, social responsibility programs. The brand's never been stronger. Nor have the profits. More importantly, we're rebuilding the world. A better world. One where opportunities abound. I know your mother didn't approve of you choosing me. And look, I'm sure she didn't mean all those things she said. Well, most of them. But she'll come back. Eventually. And in the meantime, you sit at the right hand of power. Your influence has never been stronger, darling. Embrace it. Enjoy it. It's your turn in the spotlight. You've earned it.
Okay, everyone. That was Harmony Fall of Reverie. I was quite surprised with this game. It definitely let me... it went a bit differently than what I could say. Of course, I definitely was surprised that Laszlo died during my playthrough. I did look up to see if it was possible to save him or if I could make different decisions, but apparently, nope. Laszlo is destined to die no matter what you do. There definitely is an ending where you can choose to stop being the Oracle, of course, or forgo the task and just leave Athena and everything else. So, and there is another ending where Polly can become the Oracle, but due to a guide I was using to get most of the achievement, I kind of was just forced into making Glory the next the operation, getting a redemption arc, pretty much. Yeah. I definitely would go with Chaos at first, but after a while I would kind of shoehorn into the Glory path. Sorry, it's just something. I'm like trying to charge something in the brick is just being difficult. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. So pretty much, it was kind of interesting around the end, of course, though. Well, the middle part, well, chapter 3, toward the end, where I had to, side with Chaos or the others, of course. I mean, Chaos Path, though, was more accurate per se, because I was pretty convinced that Glory was corrupt, stuff like that, though, but that was kind of the case, but not really. I don't know. But the one thing I can say is that the whole thing where you're just, going through depression, of course, questioning what did you do wrong, everything there was, kind of emotional in some way. I was surprised the game only had one love interest, which was Yana, hoping that Omar would have been another love interest that they do in these kind of games, but apparently not. The overall definitely made me try to plan, okay, how do I go from blank. But when you're at the beginning of the path though, and when it's so automatically locked, it's like, really? Especially at times where there a path that I felt like definitely would have had a better outcome though, I get locked out of because I have to play some other node to begin with though, which of course, throws everything I'm trying to do to get that certain outcome out, derails it completely. I definitely would have loved the game to have been kind of like a bit more 3D, such as, like Life is Strange or Lost Records or whatnot, Dreamfall or anything like that, really. But it was just, it was an okay game per se. I mean, this was during the time that they took a 2-year period, I think it was, while working on some other projects. I mean, they opened another studio during that time. They, this were like one of the games they released, so they're working on Banter next, of course. So, I mean, the game definitely kind of hand waves the ending there entirely. Felt like, honestly, there were a couple more chapters that maybe could have been added to help flesh out the game, but I mean, it is what it is, honestly. I have watched some of the other endings per se, and they're pretty unique to say. I say the, Polly becoming a new actor race, and it's probably the best ending per se, but I mean, it kind of depends up to you, honestly. So what happens, you pick the other acquisitions, and, foregoing your duties at the Oracle and just saying, nope, I'm done, beat this, whatnot. So yeah, that was Harmony Fall of Reverie. So feel free to enjoy some of the other gaming series I have going on the channel at the moment, which would probably just be, Death Stranding, the Dreamfall series, Final Fantasy 15, and next month will be the first game of the Legacy of Kane series, Blood Omen, Kingdom Hearts. Probably a charter game in my, Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase at one point, but yeah, we'll see what happens. In the fall, we're going to be quite interesting. Pretty jam-packed, we'll be doing a bit more, Legacy of Kane games in there, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, but, a game a month, which will be, September being, Soul Reaver 1 and October being Soul Reaver 2. Probably add another Scooby-Doo in September. Add Resident Evil 2 probably in the midway point. October is probably. Then November is, will be Blow into and probably some other stuff as well. But anyways, see you all next time. Bye.